Yeah, hello. We are going to be going over utilizing a rifle sling on your rifle and how to stow that weapon and recover it. Some things to note, there are about 4 different points to attach a sling to a rifle, assuming it's a 2-point. You have your stock, rear of your receiver, forward of your receiver, and at the end of your rail. All 4 points allow for different things. However, I am personally using a stock and forward of the receiver attachment points. If you're using a 3-point sling or a single-point sling, this won't be relevant for you. So, first things we're going to go over are simply allowing the weapon to hang in front of you. The main negative to this is that it's going to hinder your movement. Anytime you try to move a little quickly, it's going to impact your legs. If you have a suppressor, it might be a little warm. As you see me just hold my hands up, I'm not about to fight somebody. That's just general representation of using your hands to do administrative tasks. The main con to letting it hang is that it's going to impact your legs. Second method here that's being shown now is throwing off to the side with the receiver downwards. The biggest part of this is you retain your support hand grip during the method. You can see my left hand there is simply staying in place and guiding it down. It also tightens up the sling depending on how you have it attached. So it tightens up on you, stays close to your body, and you can recover it fairly easily. Main negatives, you might get a little bit more torque on your neck doing it this way. Some sling methods do have it just around your neck and not around your torso. Not my personal go-to because you can't do side slinging like I'm doing now. My preferred method is what I'm actually showing now. This is where you literally just toss it around your body, take your support hand over the top of the weapon, throw and push it over your back, and it gets out of the way. The main negative to this is it might get hung up on your gear, which can be very important. And you can ding your wall too, look at that. So, getting hung up on your equipment is a big negative. But getting the gun out of the way is the most important thing to me. If the gun was working, I'm not going to throw it over my side. I'm going to keep it in the fight. But this is the whole reason you're slinging a weapon to begin with, is you're assuming it's out of the fight. So get it off your body, get movement, get your other weapon up, whatever you got to do. One of the other techniques that you'll see sometimes on Instagram, here I am fumbling it because I don't like it, you'll see people keep their sidearm up while they bring their primary weapon up to inspect. If you think on a philosophical point of this, if you're still in a gunfight where you need your weapon up, you don't need to be bringing up your support weapon or your primary weapon to assess it. You should just keep your secondary up until the fight is finished or you're in better cover. Oop, hung up again. Damn it. So remember the philosophy and the reasoning on why you're doing things. If you're doing it just to look cool on Instagram or something, totally get that. Have fun. You do you. If you're doing it because you're actually planning on using it, you might be wasting some time. So, you know, your life is the only thing at stake. Now we're going to go into some real world examples of it. Here I am just running up to the cover and I'm gently throwing over my side to get it out of the way. But as you can see, it's not impeding my movement in any way. I am needing to slightly restrain it on the way up. Well, that's the point of training though, right? We learn what we suck at and learn what we're good at, and we just keep doing it and refine our techniques. Here we are again. You'll be able to see me running a bit quicker here, but you wouldn't be able to do this with the front resting sling. You're going to have to hold it out of the way the entire time you do it. Remaining mobile is a necessity of life, so anything that impedes movement is very dangerous. That goes into including armor and spare ammunition and huge amounts of kit. So if you're one of those guys that ounces equal pounds, then you might want to consider where you're slinging your weapon as well. Because the whole idea is to get better movement because of it, right? Well, why impede your movement because you choose to sling a certain way? Here we see a check, magazine throw, and already off to the sidearm. If your main weapon does go down, I do recommend getting some movement, buying yourself some type of time if you can afford it. I do check my chamber before slinging the weapon. You do not need to. That is entirely up to you. As everything, make sure to do some drills at home. Learn what you do that works, learn what you don't. Learn things that you screw up on and record yourself. You're going to screw up more often than you notice. Here in a minute, you're actually going to see me go for a draw. It comes a little sluggish, and I actually got hung up on my holster. I'll shake my head a little bit when it happens. Believe it's this next one. Yeah, hung up a little bit. So I obviously knew that in the moment, but the recording helps too. Same thing, step off, throw the rifle, draw your sidearm, re-engage. And it's worth noting that gentleman with me is a much better shot than me. As always, get out, train, do whatever it is you do, but make sure you're good at it and be humble.